Happy morning, happy afternoon, happy evening. Respectively on your watching time. Jai Jinendra, my name is Nirmal Kumar Jain and you are watching Weekly Legal Bulletin on Law Gardener. Member of Rajya Sabha and Senior Advocate P. Wilson has written to President Ramnath Kovind registering concern that the High Courts of many states are not being represented when it comes to the appointment of judges to the Supreme Court. The Calcutta High Court on Monday dismissed a plea filed by West Bengal government seeking recall of the High Court June 18 order by which it had directed the chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission to constitute a committee to examine complaints by persons displaced by post-poll violence in West Bengal. Surge in children taken to psychiatrists during COVID. Education authorities should show more sympathy and understanding in dealing with students, particularly during the era of online classes amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Madras High Court recently observed. The Karnataka High Court on Monday directed the Registrar General of the High Court to submit data on the number of pending criminal cases against legislators which are triable by Magistrate First Class. Court also said we might have to start a second special court for hearing cases against legislators. National Human Rights Commission constitutes 7-member committee to examine complaints of post-poll violence in West Bengal. After the misappropriation of 1.5 crore from funds marked for compensation in motor accident case came into light, the Madras High Court set up a special bench to examine how a robust and foolproof system can be set up in Tamil Nadu to avoid such events in the future. A plea has been moved before the Allahabad High Court by a former soldier of Indian Army, Sardar Resham Singh, alleging that he was humiliated and brutally tortured by the Uttar Pradesh police. 6,000 students write to Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramanna, seeking opt-out option additional attempt in case of failure to appear due to COVID-19, as CA exams will be conducted offline. Punjab and Haryana High Court has directed the formation of a committee to find a way to resolve the situation arising out of a blockade created by farm laws protesters outside a warehouse in Firozapur. The Madras High Court on Tuesday closed the suo motu case registered by it earlier this year to monitor the management of the COVID-19 pandemic in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. Court said exercise was only meant to be supervisory at a time when the pandemic raged at an alarming level. The Mumbai police filed a supplementary charge sheet in the case concerning the alleged TRP scam brought to light by its crime branch. Arnab Goswami added as one of the accused. The Allahabad High Court on Monday dismissed a PEIL which sought direction to the state government to take action on the Special Investigation Team report in the case relating to the alleged encounter killing of gangster Vikas Dubey. A division bench said that the personal grudges cannot be settled by using public interest litigations, terming it a serious issue pertaining to lives of people. The Bombay High Court on Tuesday directed the state government and BMC to take notice of fake COVID-19 vaccination scams. The court also asked the authorities to implement a statewide policy to safeguard citizens against possible future scams. The Kerala High Court on Tuesday ordered an interim stay to the decision of the Lakshadweep administration to ban meat items from midday meals in school and shut down dairy farms on the island. Administration claimed that the change in midday meal menu was brought about due to a lack of storage facilities. Madras High Court, while hearing a pending plea calling for direction to the centre to initiate amalgamation proceedings under Section 237 of the Companies Act 2013 against non-performing assets including Kingfisher Airlines, SR, Videocon, etc. Madras High Court orally remarked that the central government has the potential to do a lot of good if it steps in at the right time. Madras High Court issued notice in a writ petition moved by the Digital News Publishers Association, comprising 13 media outlets and journalist Mukund Padmanabhan, challenging the constitutional validity of the IT Rules 2021. The bench also allowed the petitioners to approach the court for interim relief in case any coercive action is taken against them under under Rule 12, 14 and 16 of the IT Rules 2021. A Bengaluru court recently directed former Prime Minister of India, H.D. Deve Gowda, to pay rupees 2 crore as damages to infrastructure development company NICE for a defamatory statement made by him against the company in an interview given to a local news channel. Baba Ramdev has moved the Supreme Court seeking a stay on the proceedings in multiple cases lodged against him in various states over his remark on allopathy, in which he criticized doctors over the treatment protocol for COVID-19. The Bombay City Civil Court on Wednesday passed an interim order restraining actor Kamal R. Khan from making and uploading videos, posting, tweeting or publishing any defamatory content directly or indirectly about Bollywood actor Salman Khan, his business ventures and their films project, including the latest film Radhe. A legal notice has been sent to activist Saket Gokhale by Lakshmi, former Assistant Secretary General at the UN, for his tweets which she claimed were maliciously motivated and laced with canards. The legal notice asked the Gokhale to immediately apologize, remove the tweets and give an undertaking that he will not resort to such slanderous behavior ever in the future. The Supreme Court on Thursday said that it will not allow the Andhra Pradesh government to conduct Class 12 State Board exam unless it is convinced that the exams for 5.20 lakh students can be held without any fatality amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Later, the Andhra Pradesh government cancelled the exams. Persons who are major have a fundamental right to choose their own life partners in spite of opposition voiced by the family members. Uttarakhand High Court orders protection for interfaith couple. The Karnataka High Court granted transit anticipatory bail to Twitter MD Manish Maheshwari in relation to the FIR filed by the UP police over Ghaziabad attack video. The Supreme Court Bar Association has managed to collect over 4 crore in order to extend assistance to lawyers impacted by the economic slowdown due to COVID-19 or those who contracted the virus. The Meghalaya High Court has held that vaccination administered by way of coercive methods violates the fundamental purpose of welfare attached to vaccination. It will fall foul of Article 19(1)(g) of the Constitution. Right of female child always taken to PEIL. The Madras High Court recently expressed its anguish over the increasing instances of cases where children are sexually assaulted by the persons known to them. Despite stringent laws in place, the court made the observation while confirming the conviction and sentence awarded to a man for raping his 11-year-old relative. This is an example of how not to write a judgment. Patna High Court set aside death sentence verdict in dowry death case. The court rejected a reference by the trial court for confirmation of death sentence awarded to accused husband while acquitting him and other accused. Supreme Court sets aside Kolkata High Court order refusing to take on record reply affidavits of CM Mamata Banerjee and Law Minister and directed the petitioners to file a fresh application before the High Court. The Madhya Pradesh High Court on Friday started live streaming of court proceedings on YouTube, the third such High Court in the country after Gujarat and Karnataka High Courts. The Karnataka High Court asked state government to provide video conference facilities to all quasi-judicial authorities. The court was prompted to pass direction while observing that the first and second wave of COVID-19 has resulted in the complete shutdown of quasi-judicial authorities in the state in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Voluntary gifts given by parents, friends to bridegroom during the marriage out of love and affection, not dowry. It should not be given as a consideration for marriage but out of love and affection will not fall within the definition of dowry under the Dowry Prohibition Act. Therefore, court acquitted the husband of the deceased and his mother in the dowry death case against them. Madras High Court on Friday raised concerns about person not belonging to the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe community procuring false SC/ST certificates, thereby taking away the opportunities earmarked for the SC/ST communities, be it in election, educational admissions or employment. An application has been moved before Mathura Court by Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Mukti Andolan Samiti offering the Muslim parties, that is management committee of the mosque, a larger piece of land if they agree to demolish the shrine of the Shahi Eidgah Masjid near the Krishna Janmabhoomi. The application was filed through Advocate Mahendra Pratap Singh before the Civil Judge, Senior Division, Mathura. If you thought the content was knowledgeable, then do hit the like button. And also, subscribe to our channel for such more educational videos and webinars. Also, don't forget to share our video to your friends, colleagues and share the knowledge. And be safe from the corona pandemic.